I was on a streak where I was actually like starting quite early, and I was almost ready to start on time, like on time today. On time being like around 10 a.m. hypothetically. For this imaginary schedule that I just made up and don't keep. Uh, but I did other things because I have other things that I had to do. Terrible excuse. Okay. I If you're wondering why the stream today is called Nostradamus Excelsior, I don't have an explanation for you. Not a good one, anyways. I have, for the past few days, I thought I knew what I was going to do that day, and then I didn't do, like, basically anything closely related to it. So I decided to go in the other direction. Oh, I can start up the script while I talk. Um, I decided to go in the complete other direction and just go as vague and ambiguous as possible. So it's like, what are weird words? Uh, the script. Yeah, there it goes. You can do it. Come on. Come on. Yeah, there you go. Good job. Good job, script. Just moving things around a little bit. And then let's switch over to screen cam, because why not? So the first thing I'm going to look at is the backlog. I think this is like basically what I've been meaning to do for the past few days. So who knows? Maybe I'll actually do it today. And I think maybe my best chance of like actually doing it today is if I just like dive right in. So yeah, yeah. Let's see let's see how that strategy plays out. Maybe. Or what level am I? Sorry, not that it matters, but okay. I have like all the Zephyr and like all that fun stuff going on because I keep getting donations in my name. But all right, sorry, I won't get distracted by that. So what have it'd be nice if I could write this stuff in a text editor, like a real like text, like something with like spell check and like word processing and stuff like that. But so far, I've not been successful in anything other than Notepad. I mean, admittedly, I've only tried like one other thing, but I tried something other than Notepad and it just didn't work. So I'm really strongly tempted to just not worry about that stuff. um, I guess yeah. I mean, the downside. Oh, you know what? I'll just use that stuff not for the primary copy. I'll just use that. I'll just use like a document, like a word processing program document to just for spell checking. I'll just like slap whatever I write. I'll just slap it in here real quick to spell check it. I guess I don't know. I don't really have a better solution for that. Um, so yeah, text docs, Notepad it is. Good old Notepad.exe. Journey events. So I mean, the first thing I could do is I could start like stringing these things together. But actually, I mean, these were actually written to be like standalone. So I had flagged like a couple of them non-starter just for testing purposes, um, and I'd flagged. Actually, I mean, I guess it's not that bad if I link them, right? Because I had cursed linking to the Meadow and to Mirror Universe. I guess there's no real harm in linking uh, these events together, but I don't want to flag these ones as non-starters because these ones I specifically wrote to be starters, or not even starters, but like startable. Like they all don't none of them need additional context. That's debatable. Mirror Universe is a bit weird. You realize that everything around you has inverted. Is the first line of that. So whether more context is needed, I guess is open for for consideration. But I'm gonna pretend that it doesn't need any. So do I want to link any more of these? Like uh, it couldn't hurt, right? Like in general, it might be cute to, because like some of these are like decidedly nicer and some of them are decidedly harder. Like Doomsday, for example. Doomsday, I might actually want to make Doomsday non-starter because like almost never do people succeed at Doomsday. So like it just seems a little unfair. You know what? I'll make Doomsday non-starter and I'll make Betrayal non-starter because those are like the two hardest ones. And So, oh, maybe this is mean. I was gonna say I'll only make those occur if people fail at some of the other ones, but maybe that's cruel because like if people fail at the other ones, what hope do they have at at succeeding at these? Huh. Uh, so maybe before I make these non-starters, I should actually like choose what they get linked from, lest I accidentally deactivate the whole thing. The boulder. No, that's rude. I'll just leave these as they are for now, and come up with quest chains. Because like, okay, the feature that I added last week that I haven't actually really done anything with, except for that little. I mean, there's a lot of features that actually fit that description, but the one in particular that I'm thinking of is the one wherein I can like start making quest chains and good fun, and the other thing that just occurred to me is it might actually be nice to have like folders, have like subfolders um, just for organization purposes, like just how I feel like organizing my events. And so if I want to do that, like it wouldn't be that difficult. I just have to change the way I load this data in. And I think I will. Maybe. Because like if I'm putting together these quest chains, it'd be helpful to have them. Oh. Uh, Yeah, no, the thing that just occurred to me is like then so like right the way I'm linking these events right now, which one links curse, right? Curse links. I'm linking them by name. And so I think like I'd have to introduce like longer names or like I could just always assume that like if something's linked, it has to be linked to something. Hey, we got a new follower. I can't read that. 1 second. Gina's, welcome. Thank you for following. I appreciate your viewership. um, I'm setting up some quest stuff. Yeah, so I guess I don't really have to change the naming convention here because as long as I keep linked quests together in the same like folder structure, then that should be fine. Let me start specking this out. I'm not 100% that I am going to do it, but if I do it, how would I do it? I guess is my question now. So yes, the part where we load in these events happens where right around here, right above bonuses, I think. Yeah. So right now we're taking source list. Right. Okay. So yeah, we're taking right. So after we take a after so the source list is so with the current folder structure, like the first folder is like the author. So Binri, I make a lot of these events. The 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 way it's set up currently, that folder just contains .txt files. So instead of taking the list of files in that folder and saying like, oh, all of these must therefore be uh, event files, I guess what we'll want to do is basically use this list instead to either indicate event files, because like if I, huh, yeah, if I want just like a free form like folder structure, I want this like this event loading thing to be like recursive. So yeah, I should probably like set up a definition for loading in the events, so that way when I'm loading it in, I can set up the structure to, well, huh. Actually, maybe hmm. No, I guess I don't have to separate it out into like a separate function. Like I could, but I guess that wouldn't actually really help, especially because what I'd what I think I'd rather be doing is all right. So we have this EV list. Uh, that's fine. Uh, what do I really want to do here? Yeah, I can make this more generic. I think so. I'm gonna leave that as it is, and I'm gonna like start retyping the a more specialized version of this, just in case I change my mind. I can always back out to the original version. Okay, so let's say, hey, I got another new follower. What a start to the day. Lorraine, welcome. Lorraine. Thank you very much for following. I appreciate your viewership. Cool. What we right. So let's start with a so we do still have source list. And that's right. Source list. Like I said, I'm gonna keep the old way, and like kind of like redo it, so that way, if I want to go back. All right, so I'll do a lot of stuff the same. So I will still do source list. Actually, I guess I didn't have to cut that. I could have just copied it. So another new follower. Hey, Rita, welcome back. How's it going? RTS Louis, thank you for following. I appreciate your viewership. Welcome. Cool. So so right here we're going to take the source list. Oh no, we just took the source list, and so what we're going to do here is we're not going to assume the contents of this list. We're going to treat the contents of this list with like, in what manner? Essentially, like, yeah. All right. So we have the source list, which is fine. Actually, I'm gonna name it something different because it's not really the source list anymore. What it is now is what it is now is like basically like the unprocessed list. I'll call this like the raw list. And then, yeah, okay, so basically the raw list is just a list of either event files or directories to look in. So we're just going to start chopping through them. So now, language? The language that oh. Sorry. New follower. Pardon. Edgar S93, welcome. Thank you for following. I appreciate your viewership. Okay, that's not appropriate. I'll see you tomorrow, Louis. Louis, okay. Actually, I don't. Hold on. Can I translate this? Sorry. I can't moderate in languages other than English. So, did I miss a new follower notification? Sorry, just 1 second. Chat is having an interesting moment. Yeah. What was just said in chat. I'm just going to quickly point out. Normally, that would be a permanent ban from the channel. Like, I think we got a lot of new followers just recently, so I only did 24-hour bans. In this case, just so that I have the opportunity to say, like, that's a highly bannable offense. So, I guess just something to keep in mind. The only rule of the channel is just, like, don't hurt other people, and as long as you're not doing that, you're totally good to go. Right, but some of that language was just dreadful, like really like unexcusable. So that stuff, and it's not like everyone gets like a one-time pass. It's like that stuff is just permaban. So enjoy. Why did I come to the browser? I was going to sorry, I'm in face cam right now because I think I missed a follower notification while I was distracted with the chat, and so I'm just gonna see if I can look that up real quick. Inetaru. I think I missed yours, and I'm sorry for mispronouncing your name, but welcome. Thank you for following. So, all right, let's get back to business, shall we? Um, all right, so I'm trying to think like how to iterate over this list. Should I, yeah, no, okay. So I'm just gonna instead of looping like for, I'm gonna. So for example, that's exactly what you want to do if you want to get permanent bans. Ah, cripes. All right, you said JK, so I'm gonna switch it to a 24-hour ban master, but like that's you can't joke about that either. Like you just can't hurt other people, even if you're just kidding. So sorry. It's just a 24-hour ban, so see you tomorrow. um, yeah, it's just because like I the more time I have to spend moderating that stuff, the less time I'm working on this stuff. So that's yeah, I just yeah, okay, um, right, uh, yeah. So okay, so instead of doing a for loop, I'm just gonna do while the length of raw list is greater than 0. While there's anything in raw list. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just like chip away at raw list because we started with essentially like the complete we started with like the top level directory for the events situation. So everything in this top level directory, like if I just this list of this top level directory technically represents all the events that there will be for the game. Um, uh, so Right. So this is like the full snapshot. It's not. I mean, all it is the name binary, but that's going to lead us down the path to what we need to get what is the rest of everything, which is just this at this point. But again, there can be multiple folders here, and the way I'm setting it up, there can be folders in here, and there can be subfolders in those folders, and like it can get a little bit hairy, I suppose. But right, what we're going to do, so while raw list is greater than 0, we will say raw, so we'll say, I don't know, just like next equals raw list dot pop. We can pop from either end, it really doesn't matter, so we'll just pop from the end. I think pop is like the opposite of append, basically, it'll just take it from the end of the list. So what are we going to do with next? First we have to check, so if next indexed from the end, uh, thank you, Edgar. Thank you, Edgar S. Uh, so if next indexed from the end, so like if the last 4 characters in next, oh wait, that's not how you index from the end. It's no wait no, to index from the end it would be -4, -4 characters from the end to the end. I think I'm indexing that correctly. I guess I'll find out. So if next indexed from -4 to the end equals .txt, that's how we know that it's not a folder. It's a it's actually a text file. So thank you, jokingly. um, so what do we do with that? Yeah, right. In the case that it's an event, we can just load it in. Um, Oh, well, yeah, sort of. Oh, interesting. Okay, so everything in the raw list is going to be relative to the events folder, and everything in a subfolder we have to add relative to. We have to treat it as relative to the events folder. By that I mean, so okay, so I'm gonna basically copy. What exactly? I guess I won't copy like literally copy and paste. I'll just like recreate most of it. Because what we want to do here is we want to get like well, okay, so no, we can say file name uh, or f name equals events because it's all relative to the events folder plus plus next, I guess, right? And well, actually, fun fact is that this is actually true. regardless of whether it's a text file or not. Uh, so what we're going to do with this is say that with open, because we know it exists, we don't have to check if this file exists, but so with open fname as pdata, sure. We'll say, yeah, so we do basically the same thing that we usually do. Name in this case actually is next, so we don't have to like recalculate what name is. Yeah, and that'll be regulated by the fact that we add it to the raw list using its its full name. Hey, another new follower, Tyrion. Welcome. Thank you for following. I appreciate your viewership. So yeah, so with this data file open, we can just I guess we can just like cut right to the part where we are loading this stuff in. We have more new followers. Yay! Dogeman Doge, welcome. Thank you very much for following. Or is it Doge or is it Doge? I actually don't know, but I'm sorry for mispronouncing your name. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, okay, so this is basically the stuff that doesn't change. Like this whole chunk I'm not going to rewrite because... Oh, yeah, actually, wait, there is one distinction. Name isn't quite next. Name is, right, so, yeah, if, in the case that it ends with .txt, name is actually, we do actually trim off the .txt, because we don't actually have to keep track of that. So name equals, next, indexed in the opposite manner, indexed from the start of the string up to the -4th character, not including the -4th character. Right. So this is I can for the most part copy this, and this will roughly be correct. It does still need a little bit of touch up though. So not literally everything will transfer over. So name, yeah, that's fine. Name.name evsplit.0. No, this isn't correct anymore. This is just name. We already calculated what name is, and it's this. Events index name.name equals name. Yes. Yeah, sure, why not? Thank you, Bengalingsu. That's very big of you. I appreciate that. So types lines.split. Yeah, okay, this is all standard. None of this is changing. Events index name. Yeah, so what is changing is the way we process these outcomes line 1. Because these outcomes line 1 have to be relative to... Oh, okay, so this is a little interesting. Outcomes line 1 will be relative to the same folder. So I guess, okay, we do have to split this text for one more data point. We have to split out, that's, yeah, Sidamara Dogeman, Doge, or however you pronounce your name. And thank you, whoever caught that. Thank you, whoever else is helping moderate, because it's a really simple rule, you guys. The only rule is that you can't hurt other people. All you have to do is just not hurt other people, and you're totally good to go. So, give it a shot. And props to all of you guys who are able to do that. You guys are really good at this. You're some top-tier chatters. Just think of all those people who come here every day and stay completely unbanned. You guys are the champs. All right. So, yeah, let's think about this. The essentially what we want to do here is we want to get everything up to the last slash character in this name. We want to It's really hard, Edgarus, and you're just really good at it. I guess what it is. You guys are just really good at it. It's so difficult not to just swear constantly and offend people. Apparently. Okay. Uh, you guys are just trained professionals in that regard. So, uh, so, so what else is, yeah, so I'm just trying to think of like, I could use regular expression to like parse out everything except for the last backslash, which might be the way to do it because I think like, yeah, regex is usually pretty good. So what is the regex here? Basically, what we want to do is we want to start at the. I think in order to accomplish this, I'll have to use some regex that, or regular expression or whatever you want to call it. Um, well, some stuff that I haven't really used before. So, but specifically, I have to like specify something relative to the end of the string. I know there's yeah. So there's this caret that matches the start of the string. Here we go. The dollar sign matches the end of the string, or just before the new line at the end of the string. Or in multi-line mode. Okay, wait, no, hold on. I can't care about that. All right, so we need to use this dollar sign. So yeah, let's start piecing together what this regex will be. So I guess we'll say like so name equals that, and so we'll also say like location. Actually, hey, new follower. Thank you. Okay. Dogeman guy or Dogeman guy, thank you for following. I appreciate your viewership. Um, oh, yikes. Well, all right. I, in general, I don't encourage people to circumvent the chat rules by like making new accounts or anything like that. But I'll ignore that for a moment because I do appreciate that you apologize. So thank you. Doge. Do you have a preference, whether it's Doge or Doge? I'm really not sure what it is. Maybe there's a correct pronunciation, but maybe I'll call you man guy for now. I don't know. Okay. So yeah, the location here is going to be what? Oops, I'm on the wrong monitor. I was like, why is my spacebar not working? The location is going to equal regex dot find all. And then it's going to be what? Like, right, so it's going to involve it's going to involve the dollar sign. And oh, we're looking in name. Name, right? Yeah, name, because we're not going to include like the event slash in all of these because event slash, they're all going to be in event slash, so we don't have to do that stuff relative. All right, so location, so it's not just the dollar sign. The dollar sign would return the end of the string character. What we need to get is oh wait no maybe regex isn't the right tool for this because if I reference the end of the string, I mean what I'm searching for is relative to the end of the string, but oh no, you know what I do is oh no, I know what I do. It's oh weird. I'm gonna set up a test file because I haven't used regex in this way before. So before I try and do it for the real thing, I'm gonna just tinker around a little bit. So in the test folder, I'm gonna put a file like regex. I don't know, or like what am I looking for? Like repeated, or like last of character. Because I want to keep looking for slashes until we get to the last slash character, and so I think the way to do that is go away, PyCharm. I think the way to do that is basically how we'll say so okay, for this test string, let's say we're just going to print regex, or we have to import regex. Import regular expression. Oops, not import dot re. Sorry, import space re. So regex. So we're going to print regex dot find all Um, so the pattern is going to be any number of characters which end in a slash. Oh, wait. It's a forward slash. I wonder if do I have to escape a forward slash? I feel like I probably have to escape a forward slash. Um, all right, so I just want to see what that returns if we put in the string like like events like slash binary slash folder slash what slash hey dot txt. All right, whatever. So like what does this return if I run this script? It returns a crash. Nothing to repeat. Oh wait, no, right. So oh yeah, no. Actually, I want to use the up caret. And what else? The period, right? Period plus sign. Okay, wait. I think this is right. Sorry, I don't use regex. I don't use regular expression very often, so I I forget what these characters mean. Hey, look at that! It returned exactly what it's supposed to have returned. Uh, it returned. First try. Well, so that's funny because I would have thought it actually would have returned event slash, and then also returned events binary slash, or event slash binary slash, and then events slash binary slash folder slash. Like, I feel like all of those would have been valid. Like, I feel like all of those would have hey, new follower. I feel like all of those would have been like legit returns from this find all. But heck, if it wants to do the exact right thing the first time, then I'm cool with that. Mr. Griffinus, welcome. Thank you, thank you very much for following. I appreciate your viewership. Um, uh, cool. So that's easy. What is that? Like 4 characters? All right, I'll take it. Um, all right, so it does still return as a list of strings, so we'll have to use this regex here. Whoops, nope, not that regex, or not that. Use this, excuse me. Copy here. Oops, too many quotation marks. And then we'll want to be returning index 0 of this list, because apparently it just returns super great awesomeness, just totally good and stuff. Oh, actually, it just occurred to me this name doesn't include .txt. I don't imagine that will actually change anything, but I think this should still be the should still be the same. All right, yeah. So no, yeah, of course that wouldn't have changed anything. All right, so cool. Wow, that's nice. Isn't it great when things just work right the first time? Right, saves a lot of time. Okay, so the naming conventions that we'll be using here for the outlines index 1. Yeah, so what outline index 1 references is this, what was it, curse. So the way I set up these, this data, sorry, it's a little, I write these in Notepad because they're just plain text, but, so it's a little weird to see. The way this, so if you haven't seen an event file, data file before, this is like the event text, and these are all the possible outcomes. What I added recently was this, like, I can put into this vertical bar, and I can specify a different event at the end of the, at the end here. And what this means is that if we get this outcome, then the next event that we'll meet is Meadow. It just occurred to me, like, I might want to put multiple possible outcomes. Like, I might want to do Meadow or, like, I don't know, what else? Like treasure or something. Like, I don't know. I might want to do that. In fact, I'm fairly certain I would want to do that. No, you know what? If I want to do that down the line, I can add that down the line. I don't have to worry about that right now. I probably will add that at some point, but no, I should do I should work with what I've got first, because I haven't even done that yet, really. All right, so oh yeah. So the reason I'm parsing these things is that in order to associate Meadow, like the correct Meadow, because there hypothetically could be multiple texts, multiple events just called Meadow if they're in like different subfolders and like different places and stuff like that. So the way to associate, so like the reason I'm pulling out that location, which is like most of the file path, as we were seeing here, like it's all the file path up to that location, is that's how we reference which like meadow.txt or like which Meadow event that we're referencing, or that we want to link to from this other event. So I had been using just li here, What is li in this context? Oh, li, it doesn't make sense in this context. Li was when we were looping over the source list. So no, instead it's now location, and I don't think we don't need that extra slashy character or whatever, because that is included in our new location. So oh yeah, okay, we do need to do one more. All right, so location is used here and here. I think those are the only two places that we actually use location. Yeah, we used all the places actually here. Let me double check if they're referencing li in any other places, because previously li just wow, we're using li. Oh well, no, we're using li. It looks like we're using li because li appears in other words like list and lines and split and all that good stuff. But no, this is actually the last reference to it. And so this one, this one's going to be a little weird because it's going to be more regex. It's going to be very similar regex. Oh wait, but wait, no, this is going to be. All right, I need a new challenge. I need a new thing to pull out. So using the same. Well, yeah, I can just use the same thing. So using the same ultimate string here, what I want to pull out is the first one. I just want to pull out everything before the first slash. So I have to exclude a character. How do I exclude a character in regex? That's got to be a thing, right? I might have even done that before. I just don't off the top of my head remember. I know there's a way to do this. I forget if I've actually literally myself done it before, but I'm fairly certain when I was reading over this stuff. All right, I'm just gonna look it up. So regex exclude character. Oops, character. I know I can just like define the set of characters that I want, but what I really want to do here is just exclude a specific character. Oh yeah, look, I've even looked up this page before, so maybe I have done this before. So what's the answer? Oh, so maybe the answer is that I actually can't exclude. Oh, maybe that is the answer. That I don't, like, instead of, like, I'd just be deliberate about what I want to include, and then, yeah. Oh, okay, so this should be doable. So it's just like, I mean, I can just enforce that like, yeah, okay. It's just gonna be from the start of the string. It's gonna be w plus. That's all. And I think that, sorry, excuse me, slash w plus. Right, because this means any letter or number character from the start of the string. So I'm pretty sure this will just return the string events, because if you start at the beginning of the string and you only look at for letters or numbers, you'll get through events, but then you'll find a slash and you'll be like, no, that's not legit, and then it'll stop, hypothetically, right? And since there we go. And since we're starting at the front of the string, we don't have to worry about it returning multiple things. Like if we didn't start at the front of the string, it would probably return a much longer list, I assume, right? Yeah, it returns each of those words. But since we're starting at the start of the string, then we only get the one that we need. Cool. That's useful. So regex.find all. So yeah, what was it? It was just up caret slash w plus. Yeah, so it kept returning events, which wasn't really a very good example, because it's actually not events blah 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 blah. It's actually like just this. So when I run it, it will just say like binary, for example. Yeah, just binary. Right, and that's, yeah, because we keep track of the source of the events. Not that we need to. I forget why I do that. No, I mean, I know why I do it. I just, yeah, whatever. Okay, so, and also we do have to take index 0 because it returns it not just as a string, but as a list of strings. Okay, there we go. Let's get rid of the li because that's annoying. That might be literally everything that we need to do for this. Possibly. Oh, am I using name in a weird way in any of these places? I think not. I think I should be using name consistent with, excuse me, events.starter append, yeah. Yeah, this is all legit. So yeah, I guess one kind of weird thing about how I'm setting this up is that it's impossible to reference. Oh, you know what? Okay. It's actually not technically impossible to reference events in other folders. It's impossible to reference events in folders lower in the hierarchy. Like it's impossible to reference a folder like up one level, so higher in the hierarchy, I guess. But it's you can totally reference them lower in the hierarchy just by including the folder name. Like if like Meadow was in a subfolder, I could just do like I could just like I don't know like blarg / Meadow, and I'm pretty sure this would pick it up, right? Because that's all these things reference is just like the names, like that's yeah, and so the name includes the file path. So yeah, by including the file path as when we reference it, I think that should work. It just occurred to me, like, I might want to, like, for some of these branching subquests, or for some of these branching quests, I might, like, if they get really big, like, I might literally want subfolders for, like, each of the branches of this storyline. Rhoda, you're really good at this game. Sorry. I just really appreciate it when people are really good at it. I'm feeling a bit cross, so I will just walk. Yay! That is the third time in recent history that I've just been squeaking through like right under the wire submitting this participation in this event. I guess I have the timing of the events worked out perfectly, so it's just long enough for me to like notice it happening, think of something stupid to say, type out the something stupid, and hit the enter key. It's just really well timed. Good job. um, okay. I swear I'm not cheating. I'm not like. I don't think I'm cheating. Did I accidentally put in a dev cheat where it waits for me to participate before ending an event? I hope not. I wasn't supposed to put that in there. Okay, so I'm gonna assume this works now. Yeah, I'm not gonna. So so I'm not 100% done. Yeah. So I'm not 100% done with this setup, but when I am, I'm gonna restart the script, and I won't actually hook this up yet. What I'm gonna do before I hook this up is just like print out the results, just to make sure that the results look okay. And then, actually, maybe I can just make the hard switch. Because I will want to test that the rest of the game systems work. Yeah, alright, no, whatever. Alright, so, right, so there is a very important else case here, though. Because in the else case, to whether... So yeah, this is for loading in the data when the list contains an actual text. An actual text file for a quest, or an event, or whatever you want to call it. If it's not a text file, it's a subfolder. So what we have to do is what we want to do is we want to say what? I guess like also I'll say like subraw equals os dot lister. We're gonna just get another file list of the contents of the subfolder. So that will be events / plus whatever this next item is, because we already know it's not a text document. So yeah, so just that relative chunk of like what came back from the previous search is what we'll use for the next search. And so now we have subraw. What we'll want to do is we'll want to say raw lists. Whoops, spell. Raw list dot extend. Oh yeah. Wait, so the list that we get back from here, we'll extend it by putting in to get. Oh wait. No. Okay, so actually we have to iterate over this list because we want to extend. We want to extend the raw list to include these new results that we just found. Because we're doing this recursive search, right? So, sorry, I just noticed that the anon you used the link command. So I just want to check that it in fact worked. I don't know. It should work, right? Yeah, there we go. Accounts are now linked. Yeah. Cool. All right. Pardon. Okay. um, so the what right, okay, so we'll just say for li in sub raw, we will say um, raw list dot append. We're going to append on. We don't need to add in like the events folder as part of this, but we'll say next plus slash character, because I don't think that gets added automatically. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. Plus li, the result from the raw list, and so this is yeah. So now we've cracked open that folder and added the contents to the raw list. So we'll just keep iterating recursively through all these folders, because we'll have to run out of folders eventually. There's not going to be an infinite number of folders in here, and the folders will contain some number of quests, and when we process those quests, they get added to the quest dictionary, or the event dictionary. I think ever since I started calling the project side quest, it's become really easy to call these events quests, but they're technically events. Yeah, and so that should be legit, right? That should all work. So I'll just comment out this other stuff in case I have to fall back to it, in case I'm forgetting anything, and I have to come back to it. I still don't need this print anymore. That was just for testing purposes, and it worked. So now I can just restart the script. I'm gonna bring the script down. Now, I'm not gonna restart it quite yet, because I can't restart the script too fast, or else it gets a little it doesn't populate with characters. So I'm gonna bring the script down, and I'm going to set up some more data. Just to test that it's like recurring, that it's searching recursively correctly. So I'm basically just going to say new folder. Oh yeah, so new folder. I don't know. This can be like whatever, like pirates, and then pirates can have like some quests to it. And oops, oh, I didn't mean to move those. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. I back up this data regularly, so if I accidentally mess it up, I can always restore it. And then I'll make another new subfolder. I mean, these folders can be empty, so that's not a realistic case, but like if I accidentally have like a folder just called new folder. Oh, what if there's like a space in the folder name? Oh, it wouldn't like that. Because right, well, no, actually no. No, it'll probably handle spaces okay in the file name, in the folder name. There can't be spaces in the username, because the regex that we're using to pull out the username would break with spaces. But that's actually fine. Oh! So we do need slightly better regex for the names, right? We can't just use like /w. Plus, we have to use yeah, because names can have underscores in them. So like if this name had, whoa, did I have insert activated for some reason? Or did I just select? No, I just had it selected for some reason. Right, like this is a valid Twitch name, right? So if I ran this now, it only return. Oh no, it returned /w includes underscores. All right. All right, whatever. That's fine. Totally fine. Totally legit. It just works. Okay. Alright, so I'll just make sure that this doesn't break anything, I guess. Just having an empty new folder there. And then, yeah, so new folder, I'll put in more new folders, like curse or whatever. And then, oh, I should probably double check that that the links are correct, and I probably just broke the links, right? Because Because Doomsday links to Curse, and now those things. Or no, what was it? Not Doomsday. Curse links to other things which are no longer connected to it. So, yeah, actually, that's a good test. So I'll put Meadow and Mirror Universe in here too, and make sure that they're like Meadow and Mirror Universe still get called. So move this in here. Meadow and Mirror Universe. Move this into Curse. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cheat, and I'm gonna say. So because I have this thing that just randomly selects a. What is it? It's like next event. Next ev name. Right, so right now we just randomly choose from all the starting events, all the possible starting events. But I'm just going to say that the name is going to be, what would it be? It would be binary / pirates / curse / curse. Because that's the folder that I put it in, and the name of it and everything. So we're looking in, so binary, pirates, curse, and we're looking for curse.txt. So if this new system works, when I restart the script, the first event that we'll see should be the curse event, and following the curse event, it should correctly link to either the Meadow or the Mirror Universe, depending on what is the outcome of that curse event. And I'll put in one more thing to test with, which is oh well, actually yeah, I'll put in a couple more things. So I'll also have another folder here called like I don't know like. Cave or something. I don't know. And I'll just put these things in here. Oh wait, actually I should test duplicate names. So instead of just moving them in there, I'm going to copy them in there. So this is probably where I'm going to accidentally mess up my data and accidentally delete or lose some of this data, but whatever, I can always restore it. So, alright, so this should all work. And right, so in order to test that it's all working, I'm going to yeah, just once we're done populating that list, I'm just gonna say for li in what is it, events oh, I should still print out events underscore starter. So for li in events dot keys print, or actually no, I'll just print event dot keys. So print events.keys, and I'll also print out starter. Oh yeah, fine. I'll test no, printing out events.keys is fine. No, whatever. I'll test it anyways. All right. So once again, I'm gonna make Meadow a non-starter, just for testing purposes. All right. So Meadow should not be on the starter list. All right. Cool. Oh yeah, and so print event starters, events starter. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So when I start the script again, hopefully we'll see some really good results, right? Hopefully. Whoops. All right. Let's see what we get. Nope. Invalid syntax. If oh, name equals. Yeah, I was like, what? How about that? Lines is not defined. Oh, what is this supposed to be? Oh! I'm not reading in the data. Somehow I lost the line where I read in the data. That's kind of important. Yep. So, yeah. I should read in the data. That's still an important step. Yeah, okay. And then the rest of that's okay, right? References to lines, yeah. Alright, save that. Hey, Jackie Tomy, how's it going? Welcome. I'm changing the way that events get loaded so that I can... I'm making... So for this game, I'm making it so that the events data... I'm changing how the events data gets loaded so that I can make... so I can kind of... Basically, I'm gearing up to kind of add a bunch of new events and storyline to the game, and because I want to add a lot more. I want this game to be really rich with events and story. Right now, there's a relatively limited pool. I think there's 20 something different events, yeah, I'm setting it up so that we can like have like really like long branching like quest chains and like really like interconnected like interweaving like storylines so that you can I mean one thing that I oh well yeah one thing that I'm plan I don't know I have features that I have features of this game that I can facilitate manually when I'm running the game, like acting as game master. Because like I can also play this game like the game plays automatically, but I can also play it like a tabletop RPG, like where I'm acting as the game master. And so there's a lot of stuff that I can do just like manually, but it hasn't been integrated into the automated system yet. And so like one of the cool things about the branching storylines and stuff like that, or like the branching story paths. Um, I can actually like place items and like I can actually like I don't know. There are different ways that you can like your characters can like evolve, not just through the linear like experience levels progression chain, but there's this system called like facts. It's called facts because it's very broad. It's very like general. Basically, what it means is like a fact about facts pertain to characters and things. So, for example, a fact could be like some players got an axe or something. Like if you find an axe, that's a fact about your character because your character now has an axe. That's a fact. And but it can be anything really. Like it can be like your character learned ninjutsu or something, right? Like it can be like it's very broad and like what can happen. And so yeah, so what I can do like once oh hey new follower. Jack Tommy, welcome. Or Jakey Tommy. I'm sorry for mispronouncing your name. But I appreciate your viewership. Thank you for calling. Uh, yeah, oh, thank you. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, so I think the new loading system is going to work now. So now it is a matter of running it and seeing if it does. Nope. Still getting there. Working our way through. Find all. Oops, yeah, I forgot to specify. We're looking to find this string. Whoops. So we're looking in name, right? Or no, next. We're looking in next, right? I think so. Where do we look to get the location? The location comes out of name. Oh, it comes out of name. Name. Name? Really? Oh, name and next are the same thing, except with the end trimmed off. So, yeah, either way is fine. So I'll just use next. Uh, sure. Okay. Let's try it again. Hey, all right. So let's. All right. So the game's running. So far, so good. Let's look at these two lines here. These two pieces of output are. Well, I'm going to grab a third one just because it's easier to copy and paste that way. Okay, so this should. Oh yeah, so we're looking for two things. We're looking to make sure that this data came out okay, and then the other thing, I'll kick the game into away mode so that the events happen faster. Away mode just makes the game move faster. So the first event we see it should be that the first event we see is the curse. Specifically, what is it? Okay, so it looks like just looking at glancing at these names, like it looks like it is loading them incorrectly, right? Because it's like following the the recursion appropriately. Yeah. So okay, so here's curse. So Binary Pirates curse. Sorry. uh, oh yeah. Denufer2, sorry for mispronouncing your name. I should also mention the project that I'm working on is what we see down here. This is I call it side quest. It's and so yeah, Trusty Bard is our storyteller. He's our narrator, and so yeah, right. So I guess I forgot to mention the game that I'm working on is playing in the channel as we speak. So for example, Trusty Bard. Yeah, okay. So this is the curse that I was talking about. So Binary Pirates curse. The event is this ancient prophecy. So Lauren nailed it. For the rest of you, it's optional because Lauren just nailed it. But I mean, it's always optional. But okay, so yeah, so looking at this data, so the first thing that I noticed is that the file paths look correct. Like this is as I expected them to look. Oh, yeah, there's no reference to new folder because the new folder was empty, so like nothing should have shown up here. I mean, I guess I could test that like spaces in folder names work, but I don't actually really want to support that feature. Like, that's not the only time there would be a space in a file name is if like it got there by accident. So I'm just gonna ignore that. So the other thing to look for is that I flagged Meadow as a non-starter. So Meadow should be everything in this list should be in this list, and it looks pretty similar. It looks about like the same, but there should be no Meadow here, and I'm not seeing one. It would have been where? It would have been after ghosts, or no, wait, these are in a different order. So no, it wouldn't necessarily be there. It would be where would it be? It would be with all the curse stuff, right? Because this list is populated in the order that the data is loaded in. So where's the other curse stuff? Curse, curse mirror universe, and no curse meadow. So that seems good. All right, I will gather and focus. I will gather my focus. Okay. Hey, new follower. Oops, I can't read that. Danufer LTU, I'm sorry for mispronouncing your name, but thank you very much for following. I appreciate your viewership. Welcome. Alright, yeah, so far everything's looking good. The last test will be at the end of the curse. If I mean there could be other things that are going wrong. Like if I messed up the data getting loaded in, like this event might not run correctly, and so I guess I'll want to make sure that it looks like oh cool. Yeah, so if this event like ends up weird or like so it did conclude. Cool. And it looks like it concluded correctly, right? So oh wait, why did Trusty Bard not tweet about it? Or not tweet. Oh no, he did. I just wasn't paying attention. He said the somber sky breaks, letting through radiant beams of warm sun. Okay, so because we got new follower. Because we got perfect, it should Sprunkus XD, welcome. Thank you for following. I appreciate your viewership. So because we got perfect on the previous event, oh no, it got everyone's keys. It's a perfect split because I cheated. Yeah. I mean I didn't cheat, but I was just watching the group, and I just like right at the end I was like, oh, I want us all to get perfect, so I just punched in, yeah. So because we all got perfect, the next event, which should be happening momentarily because we're in away mode and there's only like I think a minute, there's like 60 seconds between events. The next event, if the next event is Meadow, then I will be content that this works, and I will move on. I don't really even need to restart the script or anything, although I will do what? Do I need to do anything here? No, this is fine. The description should. Oh wait, yeah, actually no. I do need to take out one. I needed to take out one cheat that I put in, which was the one that forces the first event to be Pirates Curse Curse. Because for one thing, that's not a real event and it's not going to exist. Oh, also I should put back my hey Meadow, look at that. I'll put my data back in the correct folders. I guess I could restart the script because the other thing that we did is like there should be some dupes in here. Like what was it? It was it was not pirates. It was the other cave. Like there should be so there's Farmstead and there's Cave Farmstead. Those are the same events. So like I mean I guess because I did the cave thing then. And because the system is still random, then like if I just until I restart the script, we'll be seeing a lot of festivals, we'll be seeing a lot of farmsteads, we'll be seeing a lot of dragon halls, we'll be seeing a lot of doomsdays, cricket races, bridges, because those are all duplicates. There's essentially like 2 of them in the database. So yeah, I'm gonna deactivate away mode and maybe I might restart the script after this event just to put it back in order. Right, and so speaking of putting things back in order, Cave, these were all duplicates, so I can delete this folder. Pirates, these were not duplicates, so I have to put these back where they came from. Or at least I should. Although, actually, I will start rearranging this folder, too, though, because... Oh, yeah, and also, I don't need Meadow to be a non-starter anymore, and I don't need... I don't really need those to link, but it's fine that they do, I guess. It's just a little Easter egg that they do, I guess. I don't know. All right, so paste this here, and then delete that. I think I am gonna put these in a folder though. I mean, like the reason I started on all of this is because I wanted to like organize this in a different way. Hey, new folder. um, uh, Lewis. I'll just say Lewis Moms. Thank you for following. I appreciate your viewership. Welcome to the channel. um, all right. Yeah. So I'm just gonna put these in because these are like all the one-off events that are just like here and there. Um, I will. I'll add a folder just for like I don't know, like one-offs, I guess. Because this is how I'd been like until I added in the branching quests. Like that's how I'd been authoring all my stuff, just as like a single thing that just happens and then it's done. So yeah, I'll be honest. I don't have like a specific idea of like what type of events I feel like putting in at this point, but I sky's the limit, kind of. So I'm probably going to start off like with not a great amount of complexity, like because I don't know. I guess I have a lot of right. So actually, it probably doesn't even matter where I start. I should probably just like start banging stuff out, right? And I can worry about like I can worry about other stuff later on. So I'll oh actually I'm gonna before I do that I'm just gonna have I think I'm gonna write a lot of these in like one notepad, whatever. I can close these are not. I can close all of these. Almost all of these. Some of these are gonna complain if I try and close them. Don't save. Actually, I won't close this one. I'll just use this one. Yeah, I think I'm gonna like I'll use one of these notepads just for jotting stuff down, and then when I'm ready to save them out, I can save them out in a separate file. All right, so let's say I mean I could use my one-offs as jumping off points too. That might be easier than just like trying to go cold because I don't have a lot of practice writing these. Hey Edgar's, how's it going? Welcome. I am doing all right, doing pretty well, I'd say. This is like one of these tasks. Like writing events is one of these tasks that like it's literally taken me all week to get to it. I meant to do this on Monday, but it just I ended up doing everything else instead. And I don't do it very often. I don't have a lot of practice with it. So one fun thing that I set up yesterday that should help me write these things is or I mean it's not literally related to me writing these things, but I made I made like a form whereby if people felt like writing an event for side quest, they could do so. That's like why the top of the hierarchy is sorted by username, because like hypothetically other people could write events. But I'm gonna do that, and who knows, maybe other people will do that at some point too. Yeah, I'm procrastinating right now, so I should just jump in. I should just do it. I'm just gonna jot down this URL here, so that in case people ask about it, I can have it at the ready. Okay, so yeah, I might use like sometimes I work better with with just like a dab of inspiration. So maybe I'll start with like one of these events as I'm gonna start with arson. I think I'll say arson is like the motivating event here. So arson is just one of like the regular. Hey Amuse, how's it going? Welcome. Oh, I said I was gonna restart the script. So actually I'm gonna restart the script real quick. So I'm gonna bring down the script for a second, and I'll bring it back up in just a moment. Oh, actually, Edgar, I'm gonna revise my answer. I'm doing really well right now. We've got a lot of new followers this morning, which was just fun. I don't know, it's just nice to meet new people, and so I enjoy that. So I'm gonna upgrade how I'm doing to a solid nice, quite well. um, yeah. So with the Goblin Arsonist as the Goblin Arson as like basically so instead of just being a one-off, this will be like step one in a longer quest chain. So you've saved the town, yay. That so I don't have to like so yeah, these follow-up events are like completely optional. If I felt like it, I could have like a follow-up event that happens for like every one of these outcomes, or I could just have like different outcomes like I could have different events happen afterwards based on I could have one for each. I could use the same one for like multiple outcomes, like kind of what I was doing with like the mirror universe or whatever. Or I could just like have only two of the outcomes have whatever. So yeah, I can really tack these on however I like. Oh, one thing I'll have to be careful about is when I'm rearranging these when I'm moving these quests around, I'll have to keep the files positioned relative to each other consistently, or like I'll have to maintain the the locations of these data files. Yeah, right. Because the way I mean, I could change it. I could nah. Yeah, no, right. Because like if I reference like another quest here, then if I ever move one of these, if I move the quest away, like this would become a dead link, and I don't think the script handles dead links right now. So, I mean, that's not going to be relevant right now. It's just something to think about. Okay. So what event or what outcome do I want to write first? I guess I'll write the goblins fled, although the town burned. All right. So if the town burned, I feel like we should probably like help build a town, right? Because like they probably, I don't know, towns are good. So on the ashes of a former or so like I'll just say on the ashes villagers begin to regroup, repair, and rebuild some of their structures. They could use help. So this is going to be right. So this is like a task type event. So it's going to be event type. Oh wait. Yeah, I was going to say event type 4. But this was event type 4. So maybe yeah, maybe I shouldn't jump right to the maybe I shouldn't jump right to this. I probably will do this one, but actually before we go there, uh, maybe we won't immediately like rebuild the city in the exact same location. Maybe we'll have options like because like clearly this place is vulnerable to goblin attacks. So maybe one of our options will be that we can like move the town to a different location, or like move camp to another location. So the villagers are shaken up. Will you the villagers are shaken up. So will you I'm probably gonna like at some point like once I have this system up and working, I'll have to figure out like how much context is gonna be needed to like kind of keep coherency between these events because the timing between these is like approximately 12 minutes or so. So to people who are there for the whole 12-minute span, like it's gonna make a lot of sense. Like, oh, okay, these are the villagers whose town just burned down. I don't want to make these too wordy, but I do basically want to put in enough information here so that it's clear, like what, who are these villagers? Why do we care about them exactly? And then there will be people who jump in at any given point, and so for some people, like there just won't be a lot of context at all, and they'll just kind of have to like play it by ear, like kind of see what the group is doing. But so I guess so yeah, what was literally the outcome? The goblins fled, although the town burned. Villagers shaken up. Will you escort them to escort them uh, to a safer area, or uh, uh, try to rebuild uh, on the ashes, rebuild over the ashes. Uh, yeah. This is just like a simple this event it says, I mean, clearly there's a decision here, so it's event type 2 or 3. Um, actually, when I was searching, I wrote it as like a 2 or a 3. Although I was actually thinking of making it more random. I was thinking, yeah, no, maybe this is fine. Will you escort them to a safer area or try to rebuild over the ashes? Um, yeah, right. Like, event type 4 tends to fail when people are too opinionated. So maybe that's a good idea. Like maybe having an event type 2, like having a adventure driven event type after the failure of a, or not failure, but like the lack of success in a task based event. Maybe that's a good direction to go. I mean, the alternative would be to go with like I was actually thinking of like a random event to indicate whether the goblins like returned. But I guess I'll do that later. Whatever. I mean, there's a lot that I have now to figure out, I guess, about how these, like what makes for a good quest chain, and like how these events should interrelate. So this will be, so this is either event type 2 or 3 then. So if it's event type 2, then there's only one correct answer is the difference. Is there only one correct answer, or what like is it equally valid to escort them to a safer area? No, I think it's equally valid to escort them to a safer area and try to rebuild, because like maybe you're not permanently moving them, maybe you're not permanently relocating them, maybe you're uh so I'll say I'll, instead of just say the villagers are shaken up, I'll say the survivors of the goblin attack are shaken up. We escort them to a safer area. So this will be event type 3, I decided, right? This is not. Oh yeah, I'd guess. I hope to see you again sometime. Um, the multi. No, this event type. It doesn't make sense to be able to choose multiple options here. I will put in a fake option though. I'm going to put in a fake option. We escort them to a safer area. Try to rebuild over the begin rebuild. Begin yeah, just rebuild over the ashes. Uh, uh, will you escort them to a safer area? Begin to rebuild over the ashes, or this is like this. I don't know. This is probably. I'm probably not going to keep this, but whoops, I can spell. Toast marshmallows. I mean, if there's if there's fires already, I don't know. All right, but toasting marshmallows is not a legit option. um, so then, what are the outcomes here? So okay, so this is event type 3, so there's no like fail state. Like there's nothing like it's just like yeah, it's just about like what's more popular. It's just about what people choose to do. So if you escort them to a safer area, I mean, I don't typically like events that imply that the group is split up. Because, like, if some people escort them to a safer area and some people begin to rebuild over the ashes, then it does kind of imply the group has split up. But I guess I'll just keep them in a relative proximity. Like, the safer area is probably not that far away. So, like, whatever. And, like, oh, yeah. And actually, no, you know what? I actually kind of can break up the group. Or, like, hey, in general, I just have, like, more control over, like, how these events play out now. Because so, yeah. So, right. The other thing is, this is clearly a non-starter. Because, like, this event, we don't want this event to happen spontaneously. Like, if this event happened spontaneously with no context, it would be like, what is this guy? What's Survivor? All right. So, Okay, will you escort them to a safer area, begin to rebuild over the ashes or toast marshmallows? Uh, I might keep that. I don't know. Uh, so if you escort them to a safer area, then that's good. So that, yeah, right. This is a positive outcome. The positive outcome is that. Oh yeah, right. So yeah, I am actually. I mean, I'm gonna start moving these around. So yeah, so arson is not gonna be a one-off anymore. I'm gonna start a new folder for it. So uh, oh, and I'll just call it arson. Uh, and so arson will be the originator. Arson might be the only non-starter, or it might be the only starter in this entire tree. It might be that like in order to get to all of these other things, like you have to go through arson. So yeah, like yeah. All right. So the survivors of the goblin attack. I'm gonna save this because I'm gonna like I know that I'm gonna start a lot. Just like knowing how I write stuff, I'm gonna leave like a lot of these stubs in here. Like even once I'm done writing these events, like when I'm done, or like by done I mean when I have to stop writing these, like either at the end of the day or because I get interrupted by other things. Oh, is the script not running? I took down the script a while ago and I didn't bring it back up yet. Uh, Wait, is it in a runnable state? Yeah. All right, there's nothing wrong with it right now. Okay, so I can run the script. Sorry about that. I completely it's slipped my mind. I do that a lot. I apologize. All right. So there we go. Uh, where was I? Actually, yeah, no, this is fine. Sorry, my layout's gonna be a little bit messy today, just because I'm working with a whole bunch of loose files instead of like working in like one clean ID. I can make it like not too bad, hopefully. Oh yeah, so I'm just gonna save this journey. I'm gonna save it in this folder so that it's so this will just be like draft events .txt. I'm gonna keep it in that. I'm gonna keep it checking it. Just I'm checking it into source control so that I don't accidentally lose it or something. I could save it. I don't have to save it in the project folder because this is not project data. So actually no, I should save this like in miscellaneous in my miscellaneous folder. Sorry, just one second. Not a huge deal. Just if I don't keep things organized, they get out of control really fast. And it's easier just to keep things in the right place, like put things in the right place in version control than to move them around later. So yeah, okay. I Yeah, okay. So the survivors are shaken up. We escort them to a safer area. Begin to rebuild over the ashes or toast marshmallows. The so, sorry, I shouldn't laugh at that. It's tragic. These people just got their homes burned down, and you're toasting marshmallows. Inappropriate. Sorry. Escorting them to a safer area. So you find a you find a I don't know what. Yeah. So what is a safer area? It's like it could be. It used to be a different village. It could be like a. It could be like a. What are those things called? Like those little like. I don't know if they're a real thing, but like you know how like in mountainous areas they're like. I mean I shouldn't. I should kind of avoid implying geology because the more. Yeah, no, the more geological focused I get, the less that these events will work in like different contexts. So you find so yeah, so at a nearby fort, the villagers or the displaced villagers find shelter and warmth. Yay! Delightful warmth. Yeah, cool. And then so then in the other case, oh yeah, that's another interesting thing about so this is another interesting aspect of the event system that actually like never really came into play before. Only some event types have like a fail case. Others like have no state wherein like like in event type 3, like things actually always kind of work out okay. Like it's impossible for a event type 3 to just completely crash and burn. So yeah, that's, I mean, previously that's just been like kind of like a fact about the events, and it didn't really affect like anything salient about how they played out. Just like the tone of the outcome, just like, but like, you know, like no actual gameplay implications. Now that actually it has a lot of story impact now, because like if I do event type 3, it can't go wrong. Like there's nothing really bad that can happen per se. Like you find shelter and warmth, or also you rebuild over the ashes. Um, so yeah, so I guess like some of the structures uh, were not badly. Some of the structures were not badly. Which yeah, what did I say with arson? The town burned. So I was a bit ambiguous about like how badly, like the town just burned, right? So some of the structures were not badly damaged. Um, others others took uh, some elbow grease to restore. Uh, uh, I'll just be deliberate. Took some hard labor to restore. Cool, yay! All right, so that's an entire event. So now I can do what? Like I'll just copy this file new. What? Oh, whoops! No, that's not what I want to do. Actually, I guess in Notepad, saying new means like replace the thing you have open currently. But actually, no, I was trying to make a new file together. All right, so I'll save this as so it goes in events, binary arson. So I'll call this uh, I'll uh, I'll call this like rebuild is fine. I mean, it's not literally just for rebuilding. No, what's it called when you what's it called? I mean, it doesn't really matter. Like these names really don't matter. So I'm just gonna call it rebuild. I'll call it aid. Yeah. Okay, so then right, so if the town burned, then it's time for aid, and these are in the same folder, so I can just reference it directly by name. Okay, and then yeah, this is like I don't have like a like the slightly awkward thing about just keeping your data in text files is that like I don't really have like any template for like whether I made this correct. I just typed it out from memory, and I think that's correct. So I'll just say good, done. All right, so I don't want to go like I don't want to start by going like too far. Like the ashes like right. So the thing I was saying about I can get rid of this now. The thing I was saying about leaving these like little stumps in here is that like I don't actually want to do that one right now. So I'm gonna leave that there, which is why I'm saving this document so that sometime in the future maybe I'll see that, I'll remember what it was supposed to be, and I can go back and put it in. But no, for now I'm actually gonna go in a different direction. I'm gonna say so all right. So if the town burned, then we'll give aid. So maybe oh yeah, so if the fires are okay, so maybe this one's actually better to do a random type because it literally even sets up the question. The fires are extinguished, but for how long? Because no one chased away the goblins in this case. So it's yeah. So actually, in this case, it's actually more likely that the goblins will return, hypothetically. So let's say let's do what? Sorry, I'm just like I said, my layout is probably going to look a little crunchy or weird today. It's going to be very bright, bright white, bright white screen. No, I really shouldn't bother lining these things up because they're just going to get like super disorganized as I move them around. Whatever, that's fine. How's that? Oh, and it's snowing and everything. Look how bright this is. Actually, the snow looks a little. No, whatever. It's fine. Okay. Sorry. Um. So. Yeah. So. Right. So what is the spontaneous event going to be? I think like the spontaneity is going to have to do with what like. I mean, it could be. Yeah. Okay. Wait. So maybe it'll be right. So okay. So this is an outcome where we don't know exactly what's going to happen, right? There's. I mean, there's supposed to be like a little suspense, or like not suspense, but like there's supposed to be like a little like what what could happen? What are the possibilities? So I think the good news is that the fires were extinguished, so there's like not damage to the there's minimal damage to the city. You don't. It's like I don't know. I mean, technically someone has to fix it, but like it doesn't need a whole group of adventurers to worry about it. The village has enough carpenters that they they can get to it. It's just a little wet. Just give it some time to dry off. um, I don't know why I find burning villages to be so hilarious. I shouldn't be laughing about this, but it's game dev. It's supposed to be fun. Um, so yeah, so you stay the night, uh, or so you set up you you set up camp at the village. Village. Oh yeah, so I'm thinking this is going to be event type 1. I don't think event type 0 makes sense. Event type 0 is more about like higher stakes, like bigger like outcome. Event type 1 is more supposed to be about like generalized like uncertainty. So yeah, so I might even make this event. I might even make this a multi-event. Oh, I don't know if. Yeah, no, I have a multi-event of every event type. What is the multi-event type 1? I don't even remember. I'm pretty sure I made one of those of each type. I just don't, yeah, I don't, off the top of my head, I don't recall what it is. Okay, so you set up camp at the village. Wait, sorry, I know I was just looking at it, but what did I'm just gonna pull back up the text for the event that I just wrote. I just don't like repeating myself, so to the extent it's not that I have a problem with like repeating myself, or not relevant. Sorry, it's not that I have a problem with repeating myself. It's that no, where am I going? I clearly can't think and type at the same time. I want the stories to have like diversity to the extent that I can do so. So yeah, right. So right, I was just my instinct was to say that the survivors of the goblin attack are shaken up, but I should say something. I should probably say something more. Otherwise, so I'll instead say like you set up camp at the village to to yeah, or no, you set up camp at the village. You can patrol. Patrol. What are the options here? Oh, I don't think I've ever done an event type 1 with a fake option. I mean, I know I don't really have to be like exercising like all these different things, but like, oh, thank you, Mr. Early. How's it going? Thank you very much. I know I don't have to like exercise every possible like permutation of like all these systems together, but like, I don't know. That's just my instinct to do so. So you can control the area. What else can you do? Basically, like what we don't know is like uh, will the goblins come back? So you can patrol the area, set up snares, or so you can patrol the area, rig snare traps around the perimeter, or oh, you know what? I should actually. Event type 1 is the only event type where it literally doesn't matter how many action tags there are. So I should use 4. Like, just to the extent, because like a lot of times I literally, there are things that I literally can't put in. Like I literally have to trim down just to like avoid avoid overflow, or like avoid like messing up the balance of the event. But like event type ones, I should really like go nuts, because it's the only time that there's literally zero impact on the game balance. So you can patrol the area, rig snare traps around the perimeter. What else can you do? You can oh yeah, so you can train with the local militia. The local I mean, it's a village. What does the village have, really? Uh, uh, like in terms of law enforcement, maybe they don't have anything. You can uh, uh, well, I'll just say like watchmen, I guess, or watch people. Uh, local. uh, Guards people. For some reason, watch people sounds dumb. And I know guards people sound super dumb, but it sounds like that magic amount of super dumb where I actually kind of like it. Uh, Guards people. Yay! And one more thing. Yeah, you can what's the oh, it's just like it flipped through my head. I guess like uh yeah, you can tend to the wounded. uh sure, that sounds all good. Oh yeah, so the interesting thing about writing a whole bunch of possible outcomes here is that, or writing a whole bunch of, adding like 4 different action tags, is that I do have to write the 4 possible outcomes. So there's no neutral outcome, because event type 1, like event type 3, there's no negative outcome, really. Like the worst I mean, things can go poorly, but there's not like a specific thing that happens when things go poorly. So like, I mean, if I might want to change that at some point. Like it might be like, I mean, like, I don't know. For event type 1, like it's all randomness, right? So I don't really need, like, it doesn't matter if there's like yeah, no, it doesn't make sense for event type 1. For event type 3, I might, like, there might be some, like, there's not literally like another outcome that would happen in event type 3, but like I might want to, like, I don't know, just like, even though this line is usually empty, I might come up with some like mechanism by which like there is like another possible outcome that could happen, just for like the purposes of branching. But I mean, it's not necessary, and I don't even know necessarily if I'll want it. So yeah, I'm certainly not going to rush to do that. But all right, so guards people sent to the wounded. Uh, so right, so what if you patrol the area, or what if like patrolling is the best outcome? So like you so you chase off chasing off the goblins is the thing that we didn't do earlier. So if you patrol the area, or if like patrolling is like the outcome, then I'm gonna say yeah, I know. Rhoda. I like to explore like the like thinking down so with the comment was about over engineering, and like I like to like at least look down the path. I do, like, with the over engineering thing, it is something that you have to be careful for. So I try and, like, when the correct answer is not to go down that path, I do try to avoid going down that path. But I think you can gain some quick benefits just from like like putting some vision towards it. Because if you put blinders on and you just work on the thing that you're looking on, you're gonna lose a lot from like the holistic perspective. So it's definitely a balance, right? So if patrolling is like the most successful outcome, then you chase off a few roving goblin bands, roving bands of goblins. Goblins. Ha. I don't know. Whatever. So what happens if? Oh yeah. So in the morning, you find a few. You find several unfortunate scamps dangling from their ankles. Sure. I don't know. That's what the snare traps are for. Training with the local guards people. Oh yeah, I do try and avoid using using you, because like, just because the patrol. Sorry, I haven't written events for a while, so there's lots to remember. But hey, first president, how's it going? Welcome. No, you've been here for a while. I don't know why I just noticed you. Sorry. Okay. I think I was just zoned out of chat a little bit, but sorry. Okay. So yeah, I'm trying to avoid saying you in the results, because like this one, I mean, this one's a bit generic, so like because okay, so the same text gets shown to everyone, right? And like, if people didn't choose to patrol, it's a little weird that it says you. So I'll just say like the patrols, the patrol groups, chase off a few roving bands of goblins. Ha. I'll say some roving bands of goblins, because I don't want to minimize it necessarily. In the morning, you find several unfortunate scamps dangling from their ankles. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. I know there's a better word that goes there, but it's not coming to mind. All right, so training with the local guards people. Everyone feels better prepared. Feels better. Feels better prepared. Sure, that's fine. Okay, tend to the wounded. So yeah, so if you tend to the wounded, some villagers baked you a delicious pie as thanks. That one, I mean, like, that one could make sense for, like, any of the outcomes, but the reason I put it with tending to the wounded is, like, the implication is that, like, they were able to do that, like, because you helped them get better. I guess. I don't know. Whatever. It's fine. This is not rocket science here. Oh, yeah, right. So, new text file or whatever. And I will save this as what? Arson. So this will be guard, I guess. All right, so doop doop. The follow up event here will be guard. Cool. Yeah, I think. All right, so I like I said, I think before I go, like, I can keep going with that event chain. Oh wait, I didn't make guard a non-starter, did I? But I think I will. I guess, like, actually, when I was writing it, it occurred to me, like, this one doesn't have to be a non-starter. I mean, the only thing non-starter about it is that I say the village, which is a little, I don't know. I guess, like, yeah. So it's a little funny because if I wanted to make this if this is a non-starter, or like if this is part of a quest chain, I would want to say the village. Because if I said a village, then like having that context of like the village that you were just at, like saying a village kind of implies like maybe it's a different village. Otherwise, why wouldn't it say the village? Um, uh, if it was a starter but in and of itself, then it would make more sense to say a village because yeah, right. I mean, I'm sure they're like I tend to like get weird with language in that they're for basically anything you're trying to say, you can avoid using like specific words. Like so, I could probably set this sentence up in a way that it would be usable in either manner, but having it as a non-starter is fine for now. Uh, like in hmm, I was gonna say in general it's better to have more starters, but I don't know if that's necessarily true. Because like having more starters doesn't actually. I was gonna say like, oh, it's better to have more starters because, then the paths aren't as closed off. But that's not what that actually really means. Is just that there'd be more randomness or like, yeah. So actually having more events as non-starters is not necessarily a bad thing, because actually if I pared it down really far and there were like very few starters, then everything would feel a lot more deliberate, right? Because like any quest that or any event would be part of a string of events, and uh, yeah, I don't know. I kind of like. I think actually, there are benefits from either way. So I can just be putting in. I think basically whatever. Oh, is that? I don't know if that was off screen or not, but I was just talking about this. Uh, I can basically put whatever I guess is most suitable because they're yeah. Either way works in some regards. Doop-a-doop. What is All right, so I think I'm gonna yeah, like I was saying, I don't want to go too deep with any of them immediately. Like I think the first priority is to get because like if I if I made this quest chain like go for like 10 different quests and like so it would be like represent like a whole day's worth of like whatever. But even if I did that, like there would still only be like a 1 in 22% chance, or not 1 in 22%. Yeah, like a 1 in 22 chance that the event ever came up to begin with, and so like you would never see those quests. So before I expand like I don't know, like vertically, I'm gonna expand. So before I expand any one, so basically what we have is like an array of like these are all the starters, right? So instead of like taking one of them and making it go like a skyscraper, I'm just gonna like try and build up kind of across the board, and then who knows, maybe these 22 or whatever starters are like maybe these are the starters, and like because yeah, I don't know, until they're pretty well grown. I think I want to I want to keep not like yeah. I don't want to reduce the chances that any one of these come up, because if we implement like a huge quest chain and then it just never happens, like if it happens like once every like 2 weeks or something, that'd be like less fun. Okay, um, it wouldn't literally be that bad, but whatever. All right, I'll just keep playing it there. Oh wait, arson is still in the one-offs, and it's also over here. So wait, I can get rid of arson from the one-offs. Huh, I must have accidentally like, copy-pasted instead of cut-pasted. So delete this arson, because it is not a one-off anymore. Yeah. So, what's another good thing? I could go in like a different direction and like go with betrayal, because this was one that it was difficult for me to write the outcomes for betrayal, because I kept wanting to write like a whole big thing, and I just kept trying to limit myself. Like, no, wait, no, I have to just wrap it up. I just have to wrap it up real quick. So what I could do in this case is I could unwrap it. Like I could like instead of like right, yeah, because right now like literally the entire thing plays out in just this little conclusive statement, because that's like all I could do. Um, if I felt like it, I could unpack it, and actually, you know what I could do is I could have multiple versions of this. I could have, well, that would. I was gonna say I could have multiple versions of this, but then the what would happen if I had just if I just had multiple versions of this is it would come up really frequently. Like if there were literally like like if there are 22 items and like or if there are 23 items and two of them were betrayal, then like that would be like really disproportionately frequent. So yeah, no, I probably will edit this one. Betrayal, I always felt a little bit I don't know. It's event type 0 and it has 3 options, which means that it's actually a relatively low scoring event. So I guess I feel like it could use a little something. I might not start on that one immediately, but that one, I think this is a very good candidate. I think, there's this one could have a lot to gain from that. Is there another one? Boulder is just kind of like a little one-off thing. I think that one, like Boulder was made to be a one-off. Bridge made to be a one-off, kind of. Cricket Race made to be a one-off. Curse, I mean, I already started doing kind of some stuff with Curse, like the whole Mirror Universe Meadow thing, which I might change that and make it a different story at some point. But that's actually kind of fine how it is right now. Um, so, doop-a-doop. Sorry, this okay. I'm still nervous. So it wasn't yesterday, but the day before we did like a major refactor on the whole project. Like not literally the entire project, but like most of the project. So I keep like I'm still nervous just from all of that, like that something crazy is going to shake out. So if I'm habitually checking the the visuals on the stream, that's what I'm doing. That. All right, so Curse Doomsday. I probably should do something with Doomsday. Doomsday feels like it should be a non-starter and it should be part of a bigger story. Plus, it's really hard. Like Doomsday is really hard. Like, it's another one of those like ones that like. I mean, Betrayal is low scoring because that's just like because it's statistically low scoring and it's random, so there's no way to change with how it statistically plays out. Doomsday is just really hard in that like we don't tend to get it. We don't tend to get the achieve the challenge. And I guess I knew it was going to be difficult when I set it up, or not necessarily, but like I mean, I made it event type 2. It's multi and it has 3 different options, so that's actually really difficult. That's like a recipe for very difficult outcome. Hey, good job. You guys are expert curse breakers at this point. I hope you like meadows. Spoilers. Okay. The huh. This I think this system does. I think the branching questline system, whatever, blah blah, blah, it does a lot. I think for event types 2 and 3, because now that event types 2 and or because event types 2 and 3 are the ones wherein the players can like literally just choose the course of the game. Like it's very deliberate, like how to choose the course of the game. You yeah, you get to steer you it's not just like there's a little more meaning to that choice, I guess. It just occurred to me like I could I could play with like the values of these events. Like I can make some events worth more than others, right? Because like it just occurred to me like literally when the curse was lifted or whatever and you guys succeeded. I mean, my response was like, "Hey, Meadow," right? Because that's what happens. If I felt like it, I could. I mean, I guess like there, like the like succeeding at the event is kind of its own reward because when you succeed at the event, you get more experience and stuff like that. But like, I don't know. I'll I'll put that down as like a maybe a thing to think about. That might be like I said, yeah. I don't want to like over engineer stuff, but that might not be over engineering. That might be a nice new feature to add. So like so so like so I guess what would that be? It'd be like so like define event value uh, in data like for like winning or for like yeah, so for like prize events at the end of quest chains, e.g. That's a little more verbose than I usually get for these for the items on this list, but I just want to remember what that's about. Add that. Okay. Some of this, I think, some of this stuff can go to limbo. Like Event Hopper, I'm not sure I want to do that actually. Organize events and environments. I'm not like I kind of want to do that, but like I don't have any specific plans for it, so I'm gonna put it in limbo for now because right now it's just like it's just cluttering this up. Facts in prescripted events. I'm pretty sure I want to do that actually. Actually, facts in prescripted events are. I kind of like think along along the same line as defining event value because I want there to be a little bit more to like. It's like, okay, so there are these branching quests, but like, why are we going down these branching quests? And if I put facts in prescripted events, that'll allow me to like actually add character advancement through these prescripted quests, and and if uh, and if I define event value, then that gives a little extra motivation not to just succeed at any given event, but also to succeed overall. Like if you know by like succeed at the overall quest line, because you know that like so for example, if there's like a branching quest and it like maybe it like weaves around and like whatever blah blah, but maybe it's like I don't know. Let's say the overall chain is roughly around like 8 quests long. Maybe like by the end of the quest chain, like they're like maybe they're there's like the best possible outcome and there's like really good possible outcomes and then there's one outcome that's like you know and like I don't know, like I could set that up with that like this is like yeah what I want to do with all these what I want to do with like the branching quest system and all of this stuff is add the depth to gameplay that I never really actually really intended for this project in the first place, because back when this project was only supposed to last for a week or a month or so, I never even really thought of that level of substance. But the other thing about this game is it's a game that plays out over a very long duration. So yeah. All right, I'll get back to it. Oh, was there anything else? Guest GMs via Twitter. I'm going to call that limbo, not because I don't think I want to do it, but because I'm not going to worry about it right now. I might never do it. I might just never do it. It's possible I'll just never do it. But for right now, and because of that, I'm going to call it in limbo. Is there any other stuff here? Define remove player and thread data writing. There's no specific reason not to do this. So yeah, I don't feel like I'm in a hurry to do it, but oh, quill bonus. Yeah, this might get important now. Quill bonus has been on my backlog forever. The quill bonus is like right now you can get little badges for your character. They're just like you wear them on your forehead. You'll notice like a lot of the characters have one because there's a badge you can get right now for just participating in an event. So for example, this character has never gotten the badge. So you see they don't have like an emblem on their forehead. It's a little hard to see in the snow too, but you'll notice like a lot of the characters have it. I'm gonna put one in for hey, it's Sacrifice. How's it going? Welcome. I'm gonna put in a bonus for people who choose to write their own events, right? Because I don't know. It's kind of a cool thing, I think. So yeah. And then patron badge. I still don't have to worry about that because I still don't have any patrons. But who knows? Maybe someday. Make level gifts. Oh yeah. All right. So this one is. The reason I made the level gifts yet is because I still don't have a website that I want to put them on, and so if anyone's on the edge of their seat waiting for that one to happen, I will tell you I am making progress with finding a website. I have a few possibilities. The thing is like none of them are like really like I haven't I'm not 100% sold on any of them quite yet. Like I have like some high picks. Like I have a short list kind of. But I'm still looking for like other possibilities, and I'm still like trying to figure out like the ones that are on the short list. They're there for very different reasons, and so I kind of have to pick a direction in some regards. I don't know. I'm doing really well at Sacrificed. The day started out on a really interesting note, and but like a note with like very good qualities to it. So yeah, no, I'm doing well, thank you. What am I doing here? Oh yeah, I don't know. I just came here to clean up stuff, write quests. I'll be more specific because what I'm doing here is not just writing quests. I'm specifically writing branching quests. Yeah. Cool. Oh yikes. it just occurred to me, if I'm not careful, hypothetically, I could accidentally create a quest loop or like a story loop that players couldn't escape from, and then you'd never get to any of the other storylines because you could never escape from that storyline. So I'll just have to make sure I don't do that. But one thing I could do is like if there was a storyline where if there's a storyline with like multiple endings, like I could put loops in a storyline. Like there's no reason I couldn't like link from this event to this event to this event back to the original event. And like I don't specifically plan on doing that, but like I could do that hypothetically